It's time to talk about Episode 1 Racer, an aptly named pod racing game released for the N64, Sega Dreamcast and PC back in 1999. I've wanted to revisit this title for a while as I have fond memories of playing it years ago, and it has conveniently been recently added to Steam. The community hub was a hoot as it usually is with these little classics, full of bug complaints, a magazine being the entire artwork section, and 3 out of 5 of the top rated reviews being the phrase, "Now this is pod racing."
Now this is pod racing.
I could sum up the entire hub by showing the screenshot, making fun of the character Food Sang because his model looks like it's been made by a 3rd grader given full reign over Google SketchUp, and to be fair, they're not wrong. Upon starting up the game, I found that I could actually map most of the inputs from my GameCube controller into the game by exploiting the joystick settings. This gave me a feeling a bit like when you get praised as a master hacker because you fixed the house Wi-Fi by turning the router on and off again, but what really mattered was that I wouldn't have to play a racing game with a keyboard. I made a new profile and began my journey. The tournament mode is comparable to the Grand Prix from the Mario Kart games, with the object being to progress by placing 4th or better in each race to unlock more vehicles, with credits given based on your placing you can then use to purchase upgrades for your pod racer. I finished the campaign and the 4 bonus courses of harder difficulty in roughly 5 hours, and admittedly, I do wish the game wasn't so short. The first 2 circuits were so easy that I spent most of the time a lap ahead of the other racers steering left and right really quickly to pretend I was a fish swimming away from something big and scary, like a great white shark or a really wide crisp pine. On first impressions, the game certainly isn't perfect. Whether or not my pod racer will explode or take minor damage by hitting a wall feels like a coin flip, and some surfaces seem to do more damage than others, although I can't actually tell whether this is intended or not since it's so unreliable. After finishing the campaign, I switched over to free play, which focuses on giving you freedom to race for your best time on any course you've unlocked, and this gave me ample time to actually soak the game in and form a proper opinion on it. I sunk 10 more hours into the game this way, and despite its imperfections, I really enjoyed myself. I felt like I'd actually judge more harshly when revisiting this title because of my personal nostalgia. I wanted to feel how I felt when I first played it as an 11-year-old. I wanted to feel a real sense of speed, fly across a bunch of pretty and atmospheric planets, lap some unique looking aliens, and build the ultimate pod to race in. And in these ways, the game more than delivered. I can understand if the low draw distance and older textures might turn some off from trying it, but it is a product of its time. This is a 90s game. It feels and looks like a 90s game, but it was clearly made with a lot of love and passion, and that is what has made it age so well. It's still as lovable as ever, and I'll definitely be spending more time with it in future.